What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing. And today we're going to have a special guest coming on, my man Hendri Cedeño Martinez. A lot of people are not too aware of him. He is a very, very good 140-pound. Actually, I'm not sure if he's a 140-pound fighter or 135, but I'll ask him there. He's the brother of Hendri Cedeño. A lot of people who like the Olympics, that was the Dominican middleweight who actually won a couple fights in the Olympics, had advanced, did not medal, but a lot of people were high on him. Yeah, he's gonna come on the show, and I'm excited. He is a really, really good fighter. He trains with Kenny Porter, Sean Porter's father. A lot of people don't know that. And yeah, we're gonna get into his story, how he started boxing, why he started boxing, who he is, and all that. So definitely looking forward to this, man. So anybody, and also I'm gonna give people a chance to call in as well and ask you questions. So matter of fact, let me do that now while he's not on. You know what? Nah. Let me not do it now, because then people are gonna be calling in mid interview. So I'll give you guys a chance to call in and ask your questions after the interview. But yeah, no, Hendri Cedeño, he either, whether he's a 135 or 140 pounder, that those divisions both right now are stacked. I know he's only 6-0, or I believe 7-0, excuse me, and he's maybe not gonna compete with the top guys right now, but man, this dude got skills, man. Let me show you guys a few of the things he posted up on his Instagram as far as his fight, because unfortunately we have not gotten to see him fight on whether it be Showtime or the Zone or any of those platforms, but some of his fights are on YouTube, and as well as he's posted highlights of his fights on his Instagram. Hold on, my computer's acting up. 1 second, guys. Of course, this acts up midstream. This couldn't act up before. But anyways, yeah. So he'll be coming on in a bit, and we'll ask questions if my computer can stop freezing. This is no good. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. My bad, fellas. I was having some technical difficulties. I seem to have fixed that. But yeah, I'm just waiting on him to hop on so we can have this conversation. But yeah, I know he is trained by Kenny Porter. I'm not sure if he's signed to him, but these are questions I will be asking. Hold on 1 second. Domingo, voy a hablar español en un momento. Deja que llegue el hombre, pero primero, tú sabes, yo estoy introduciendo a mi audiencia que normalmente habla en inglés, pero la entrevista va a ser en español y en inglés. Así que no te me preocupes, Domingo, ponte paciente. Desde que llegue Hendri voy a estar hablando en español. Pero ahora voy a estar hablando en inglés. Con paciencia, Domingo. No te me pongas así, no te me pongas así. Yeah, so let me show you guys some highlights of how he fights, man, because I love his style, man. His style is very, very, he's a very confident fighter, got a lot of movement, slick fighter. Again, I love his confidence in the ring, how he fights. I'm trying to show you guys. Hold on 1 second. See if I can. Oh, there we go. I found it. Yeah, so I will be screen sharing now a highlight of his one of his I believe this was his pro debut, if I'm not mistaken. But just to give you an idea of how his fighting style and who he is and how he looks. So this is him right here. Look, hands down, look, moving. Boom. He kind of reminds me, and shout out to my brother. My brother was the one who pointed this out. His fighting style kind of reminds me a little bit of Boots. He actually does switch southpaw and orthodox. He's more of an orthodox fighter, but he does fight switch stances, just not as often as Boots does. But look, like just straight swagging on this guy. And listen, this is something we need. We need somebody swaggy like this and to represent DR, man. I love the confidence. I love the fact that he has a very extensive amateur career. A lot of people don't know that, and I definitely want to get into who he fought and how he fought people and stuff like that. What's up with this guy though? He's hold on. Yeah, hold on. All right, he's just hit me up. All right, he's coming on in a bit, guys. But let me see what's up. Let me say what's up to my chat, guys, man. Yeah. Activo con la bazooka, ya tú sabes, él viene pronto. Great content. Yo, Rafael, I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Yes, Al Montas, he is the one that's trained by Kenny Porter. De lo mío, Ari, what's up, my brother? What's going on? Yeah, I saw him fighting with Devin Haney before. Absolutely, yes, he did fight Devin Haney in the amateurs, and I will be asking him about that. How was that experience and all that? But yes, this is the guy who has fought Devin Haney. I already answered that. He is all right. There we go. Carlos Montes, my Mexican brother. Yes, you excited for this one? Yeah, man. Listen, I'm excited for this too. He has a very interesting story. His brother, again, for those of you who just hopped on, his brother was the middleweight champion, not middleweight champion. He was the middleweight in the this past Olympic team that was representing the Dominican Republic. And if you guys, for my hardcore, for my really, really loyal, Broadway Joel fans, if you remember, when I asked the Olympic coach Armando Hernandez what Dominican from this past Olympic team was he highest on, who did he say? He said Hendri Cedeño Martinez, which is the brother of Hendri Cedeño Martinez. So, his brother is really, really good. And I definitely will be asking him questions about his brother. Absolutely. And hold on one second. No, hold on. He's having trouble with the link I sent him. All right, guys. It always takes him a little bit while to get on this. It's probably yeah. If he fought Devin, I wonder why he's taking so long to get on track. All right, he's on right now. De lo mío, ¿qué lo que, mi hermano?
Todo bien, papá, ¿y tú?
Tranquilo. Primeramente quería darte las gracias por darme tu tiempo, porque tú sabes, yo sé que tú eres un hombre ocupado, pero me está dando el tiempo para esta entrevista y te quiero agradecerlo.
Gracias a ti, papá, por la oportunidad en tu canal para que tus oyentes me conozcan y me escuchen.
Sí. Como hablamos, yo te voy a hacer la pregunta en inglés primero, después en español y después, claro, voy a traducir lo que usted me responde. ¿Ok? Ok. Primeramente, are you fighting at 135 or 140? Which weight class are you going to be competing at? Because most of your fights I see, they're like at 139, but I'm not sure if, that's just because it's a non-title fight. Yo vi que tú has peleado mucho en la 139. ¿Usted va a pelear en la 135 o en la 140?
Bueno, mi nombre es Hendri Cedeño Martinez, en primer lugar. La bazooka, mi nombre profesional.
Oye, necesito una de esas camisas. Necesito una.
Y gorra.
Yo necesito la dos.
Para que te identifique con los dominicanos. Nada, como le decía, estoy peleando en 138 y 139 porque estamos entre el medio. Para así, cualquier oportunidad que haya, o en 140 o en 35, poder tomarla.
Okay. He said that right now he's fighting at 138, 139, But the reason he's in between weights like that is because he wants the opportunity where if a big opportunity presents itself at 140, he can fight there. And if a big opportunity presents itself at 135, he'll go there. Tengo aquí un amigo tuyo, Carson. Dice, ¡boo!
Ese de los míos, Carson, my brother, de Las Vegas.
Y creo que tú conoces a Hendri Cedeño Martinez, como que yo creo que tú lo conoces, que te está tirando fueguito ahí.
Ese es mi hermano, ese es mi hermano.
No, yo sé.
Que va a hacer su debut esta próxima semana también como boxeador profesional, el día 9 de octubre aquí en Santo Domingo.
So he said that his brother Hendri Cedeño is going to be making his pro debut October 9th over there in the Dominican Republic. All right, so I wanted to ask you, so you originally, from what I read, wanted to play baseball, but your family couldn't afford it, or was it that your father wanted you to box? That from my research, I really couldn't figure it out. Entonces, yo tengo entendido que usted quería primero jugar béisbol, pero no entendí si era porque tu padre no tenía los recursos para ponerte en el béisbol o era porque tu papá quería que usted cogiera el boxeo.
Honestamente, sí, nosotros intentamos entrenar, practicar pelota, también béisbol, y los dos, Hendri Cedeño Martínez y yo. Entonces, los recursos en una parte no lo teníamos y en el boxeo lo teníamos todo porque mi padre era boxeador, luego fue entrenador y ahí se nos hacía más cómodo porque en el momento que nosotros intentamos ser beisbolistas no había recursos para poder pagar las cuotas semanal, comprar los útiles, a pesar de que mi hermano de nosotros dos era muy bueno ahí en la pelota y también en el boxeo, pero no pudimos continuar y nos quedamos en el boxeo solo.
He says that yes, he did want to play baseball, and but like it was too expensive. There was a weekly payment that he had to be done, as well as to buy equipment. It was getting a little too expensive. And he said that his father, who was a boxer, was also a trainer at the time, so it just made more sense for him to go box as opposed to play baseball. Okay. So you were trained. So your father trained both you and your brother. So, and you mentioned he was a boxer. Was he a professional boxer or only amateur? What was his experience in the boxing? Usted mencionó que tu papá fue quien te entrenaba y que también que él era boxeador. ¿Él era boxeador profesional o solo llegó a pelear amateur?
No, él peleó profesional y también peleó amateur. Él tuvo un buen récord, pero realmente no lo conocí muy bien el récord que tuvo, porque lo traté de buscar para saber el récord que tuvo, pero no aparece porque fue de los años muy atrás.
Okay. He says that his father fought both in the amateurs and the professional, and that he claims that his father had a good record, but when he tried to look up his father's record, he couldn't find it. Like he goes, his father fought a long time ago, so it was like finding the information for his father's record were difficult. So how hard was your father on both you and your brothers? Was he like a strict dad when it came to training you guys? Also, how strict was he at home with the dieting? Because we know that boxing is not only training in the ring, it's also watching what you eat and making sure you're taking your vitamins and stuff like that. ¿Qué tanto estricto era tu papá contigo y tu hermano? En el gimnasio y también en la casa, porque tú sabes que el boxeo no solo se trata de entrenar, también se trata de comer saludable. ¿Qué tanto estricto era tu papá?
Bueno, antes de nada, mi padre también era militar, ya por ahí tú puedes irte guiando. Mi padre falleció en el 2014 y murió siendo un primer teniente de la Fuerza Aérea. Entonces, mi padre era muy estricto, primordialmente con mi hermano y conmigo, porque éramos muy jodón, éramos muy cabezadura y no éramos muy obedientes, honestamente. Y era muy estricto en los entrenamientos, primero en la casa, luego en los entrenamientos, porque a pesar de que él amaba el boxeo y le encantaba, él quería que nosotros lográramos salir adelante por vía del boxeo, y es por la cual tenemos sueños, que fue que él nos lo sembró a nosotros, que quería que lo que él no pudo hacer, que nosotros lo hiciéramos. Y por eso era muy estricto en todo con nosotros, en la casa, en el boxeo, con los estudios, con todo.
He says that his father was very strict and that his father was a military man. So I can only imagine just how strict he was. He says that his father unfortunately passed away back in 2014, but that his father was very strict with him both in when it came to school, in the house, and in the gym, both with him and his brother. And also that, yeah, basically that his father was very strict with them. So how close was the bond between you, your brother, and your father? Since you guys were basically spending the whole day together, whether it be in the gym, in the home. How close was that bond and between you guys when you guys were growing up? ¿Qué tanto estaba cerca tú y tu hermana y tu papá, que pasaban casi el día entero? Porque, ¿sabes? Pasaban el día en el gimnasio, también llegaban a la casa. ¿Qué tanto usted como estaba muy, muy cerca con tu papá?
Bueno, con mi papá y mis hermanos, nosotros tuvimos, porque somos tres, hay una hembra que me quiso conmigo. Entonces nosotros éramos tres, pero los dos varones, que es Eury y yo, siempre estuvimos cerca de ahí con él, primordialmente porque vivíamos con él solo, por dificultades que tuvo él en su relación con mi madre, y él fue que nos crió desde muy pequeña edad. Entonces siempre estábamos con él en conjunto, en todos lados. Para donde quiera que él viajaba, ahí íbamos nosotros, a pesar de que también él era entrenador del equipo de la selección de aquí de la Romana. Cuando salían para los viajes, los torneos, a pelear los boxeadores de ese entonces también él nos llevaba a nosotros con él, para todos lados juntos, todo el tiempo.
He said that his brothers were very close with his father. He said that unfortunately his father and his mother weren't together, so his father raised him by himself as a single father, and that his father was also the coach of the how do I say the team from his town. So basically, his town had a boxing team. So when they would go compete against other cities, his father was a coach, and that they definitely developed a very close relationship, and that anywhere his father would go, whether it be to taking the team from his town to another city or going anywhere, that they were always there with him. También te quería preguntar un momento. Sí, que entiendo que tu papá falleció en el 2000. Oh, well, let me say it in English. So you have mentioned that your father had passed away and that you were very close with him. How difficult was that for you and your brother? Entiendo que tu papá falleció en el 2014 y que ustedes eran muy, tú sabes, muy unidos y muy cerca. ¿Qué tanto le costó a usted, a la familia de usted, a ti y a tu hermano específicamente cuando él falleció?
Bueno, a nosotros, en el momento que mi padre fallece, casi no pudimos asimilar la cosa tan profundo porque estábamos ocupados, ¿sabes? Mi padre fallece y me deja a mí en la selección nacional de aquí de la República Dominicana, donde yo mantenía mi mente en boxeo, viajando. Entonces no me daba tiempo como para yo sentarme a pensar, wow, la falta que me hacía mi papá, porque yo no estaba en mi casa, yo estaba en el ciclo olímpico. Entonces, cuando fallece mi papá, yo hablo allá en la federación, en la asociación, hablo con mis entrenadores, y porque mi hermano estaba aquí en la Romana, pero también tenía talento para estar allá, pero por razones que sucedían en ese momento, él no estaba allá. Entonces, en el momento que fallece mi papá, yo hablo con mis entrenadores para que le den una oportunidad a mi hermano. Y ahí entonces cuando yo vengo, velamos a mi papá, enterramos a mi padre, luego yo me llevo también a mi hermano para allá. Entonces no teníamos ese tiempo como para asimilar eso. Pero luego que pasa el tiempo, que vamos viendo la falta que realmente no hacía falta a nuestro padre, tanto por el voceo como el apoyo que nos daba mi papá, que todo el tiempo fue todo para nosotros, desde niño hasta que falleció. Mi papá para nosotros era la mamá y nuestro papá a la vez, ¿entiendes? Entonces también era nuestro fanático, porque cuando mi papá sabía que nosotros íbamos a pelear, la ciudad entera de nosotros, que era la romana, también lo sabía. Donde sea, a todo el mundo, van a pelear mis hijos. Yo viajaba y van a transmitir mi pelea por cualquier canal, cualquier link, y él se encargaba de hacerlo público. Va a pelear, lo van a pasar por tal canal, así, así. Y yo ganaba y ya tú sabes, que la romana entera lo sabía. Ahora mismo, yo tengo el boxeo profesional, mi hermano ahora hace su debut, como ya te dije al principio, y nosotros tenemos diferentes tipos de fanáticos. Hay gente que nos siguen, que nos conocen ahora, pero hay gente que nos siguen por los hijos de Severino, porque seguían a mi papá por lo que él fue en su carrera como boxeador, luego lo que él fue en su carrera como entrenador, que hizo grandes boxeadores, también conocidos, y luego a nosotros. ¿Entiendes? Entonces, de esa rama que conocen a mi papá, arrastramos esos fanáticos, los hijos de Severino, los hijos de Severino. Entonces, también que nosotros somos dedicados y disciplinados, como también era mi papá, tenemos toda esa gente a nuestro favor. Aquí en la Romana y en el país completo que conocían a mi papá y ahora nos conocen a nosotros también.
He said that when his father passed away, he didn't really get a chance to mourn because he was with the Dominican national team, and when he got the news, he had told his trainers about it, and that they were trying to work with him as far as him getting to the funeral. So he went. He was not with his brother because he was on the national team. His brother wasn't on the national team as of yet. So he convinced the national team to let him go to the funeral and mourn with his family, and that he told the national team if his brother could come with him. So they made hotel arrangements for him. But he says that, as he mentioned earlier, his brother's going to make a pro debut in a couple weeks, and he's like that they have two types of fans. They have fans, one that are a fan of them just because they know who they are from whatever their amateur career is or what they've done in their boxing career, from being on a national team and or from knowing them from the neighborhood. He goes, but he has another set of fans who are fans of him because of his father. He's like, oh no, that's Severino's son. That's Severino's son, both of them. He goes that anytime that they would be fighting in the international tournaments, he would find these links online, or if they were giving it on the channel on TV on the Dominican Republic, he would make sure that all the channels, all the people from the town will be watching his kids fight. So he goes that they have a nice big fan base in their town because of their father, because their father had a big reputation for being the coach of the town's team, as well as being a military man and being a boxer himself. What do you think he would say if he saw the success you guys were having now, and now you guys are being, looks like you guys are taking the next step. Your brother was an Olympian. You already, have 7 pro fights and undefeated, and looks like you're on your way to becoming a world champion. What would he say about you guys' success? ¿Qué usted cree que tu padre hubiera dicho ahora de el éxito que tú y tu hermano están teniendo? Con tu hermano, que fue olímpico, ganó un par de peleas en la Olimpiada, usted que está invicto, y digo yo que usted va a ser campeón mundial en un futuro. ¿Qué tú crees que él hubiera dicho de todo eso?
Bueno, mi papá no está vivo en estos momentos, pero mi papá yo sé que se siente orgulloso y más que feliz donde quiera que se encuentre, porque él lo que quería era ver esto, vernos escalar, vernos crecer. En primer lugar, esto que logró mi hermano, que es una gloria para nuestro país, nuestra provincia y para todo el que es atleta. Obtener una oportunidad para ir a unos Juegos Olímpicos y alcanzar lo que alcanzó mi hermano es algo de verdad que inexplicable, ¿sabes? Entonces, luego conmigo, que voy en una maravillosa carrera, llevo invicto con 7 peleas, 5 knockouts. Mi padre yo sé que estuviera más que orgulloso con nosotros, más que feliz, y más que yo sé que él iba a estar ahí en la esquina con nosotros, más que iba a ser nuestro entrenador, él lo iba a hacer todo. Ese hombre, yo de verdad que no sé qué decirle, porque que con lo que no eran sus hijos, ese hombre era loco. Lo que fue Javier Fortuna, que fue parte de lo que él enseñó, el difunto Francisco Contreras López, que también fue una superestrella, no alcanzó a ser campeón del mundo como lo fue Javier Fortuna, pero estuvo cerca. Y un sinnúmero de boxeadores más que él enseñó, que él era loquísimo con ellos. Imagínate con nosotros que somos sus hijos, que él lo hubiera visto con sus ojos en carne viva, así, estuviera loco, de verdad. En su última pelea que él vio mía, él tenía trombosis y él estaba enfermo de la enfermedad lamentable que lo mató. Él la vio la de mi hermano aquí en La Romana, en unos Juegos Nacionales. Mi hermano cogió plata en ese momento, yo cogí oro. Pero los dos fuimos a finales. Mi hermano perdió y yo cogí oro. Y mi padre, estando enfermo así, con una muleta, mi hermano pierde. Entonces siempre mi papá lo atacaban los otros porque él era como su sobrita y eso. Y lo atacaban. Severino, hoy se van a caer tus dos hijos, hoy no avanzan más, hasta hoy llegaron. Entonces mi hermano había perdido y ya él estaba un poco en baja. Entonces mi papá siempre conmigo era un poco más confiable porque mi hermano en ese momento era un poco cabezadura en el boxeo, no era tan destacado. Entonces cuando yo iba, él le decía, sí, aquí no es lo mismo, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Y cuando yo subo, pasa el primer round, perfecto, yo llevando mi pelea, ganándola. Cuando toca la campana, que yo llego a la esquina, él me vocea y yo estoy sentado y lo miro y él me dice, oye, fintéalo, medio paso atrás, la red y el gancho y muévete. Nada, está bien, tocan la campana para el segundo asalto. Salgo yo moviéndome y hago lo mismo que él me dice. Finta la red y el gancho y lo noquea al chamaquito. Pan cayó. Mi papá estaba enfermo, que andaba con una muleta y no se paraba. En ese momento de un brinco. Que nada más mi familia que estaban al lado de él y la gente, nada más. Y yo mismo en el ring le vocé a mi hermana que estaba al lado de él. Agárralo, agárralo, agárralo. Se paró así, tú estás loco. Yo soy el que sé de esta mierda. Ya tú sabes. Una película.
All right. So he says, although he his father's no longer with us, he knows that he's happy right now of the success that him and his brother is having. He goes, if you look at his brother, what his brother has done is unexplainable. His brother has won a bunch of tournaments all over the world and even became an Olympian, representing not only the city they're from, but also the country. And he goes, as far as himself, he has a record of 7-0 with 5 knockouts, and he knows that his father would be very, very proud of him. And he gave a story about the last time he saw him and his brother fight. He said that there was a tournament in La Romana where they're from. I guess it was a national tournament. And he says that first is like people were always like, try to like tease him about his sons, like, oh, they're gonna lose, kind of teasing him. And he was like, no, they're not gonna lose. And he knows that his brother won silver. So he was kind of little like, everybody was kind of like, teasing him about like, your son didn't get the gold, he got the silver. And he was like, no. And he said that his father was always a lot more confident with him, with the older guy, Hendri. He goes, because his little brother was a little bit more hard-headed and sometimes wouldn't listen. And in that he wasn't like that. So he said that. So the first round, so he reaches the gold medal match. Hendri does. Reaches the gold medal match. He wins the first round, pretty clear and stuff like that. And he gets to the corner. And he says that at that time, unfortunately, his father was already sick. Again, I mentioned this was the last fight that he ever saw both of his sons fight. And so he says he's there with a cane and he's like all weak. And he tells him, hey, man, when you get in there, feint, take a step back, hit him with a right hand, and then hit him with a hook. And so he goes, all right. So he goes, when the bell rang, he did exactly what his father told him. He feinted, pulled back, hit him with a right hand, hit him with a hook, and knocked him out. Got the knockout for the gold medal. And he said that his father, who was a sick man, who couldn't get up and walk at the time, he said, was jumping up in the air. And he said that he had to tell his sister, like, oh, could like grab him, like tell him to relax. And he goes like, but his father, that was the last time his father ever seen him fight, and he got a win from his father's instructions. And he goes, he feels like that story is kind of like a movie. So you have 6 siblings. And how many? I know you and your brother box. How many other of the 6 box? So tú tienes 6 hermanos, ¿verdad? ¿Cuántos de ellos boxean?
No, nosotros parejos somos 3. Parejos, de padre y madre somos 3.
Okay.
De parte de mi madre, hay 3 más que son hembras. Y somos 6, pero de padre y madre solo somos 3. Y boxeamos, de lo que tuvo mi papá con mi madre, los 3 éramos boxeadores. Mi hermana también boxeaba, pero luego, por cosas de la familia y eso, mi padre decidió sacarla, pero también en su momento, cuando ella boxeaba, también era buena. Pero luego la apartaron del boxeo, se puso a su estudio y mi hermano y yo, Eury y yo, continuamos en el boxeo.
So he says that he has 6 brothers and sisters, but he goes, but 3 from mother and father and 3 from just his mother. He goes, the 3 from just his mother is 3 girls, and he goes, and the 3 from mother and father is himself, his brother Eldie, and he has a sister who also used to box. And he said that his sister was actually really good, but due to family problems, his father took her out from boxing. How cool was it having your brother Eldie and yourself both on the national team, going and representing the country together? How cool was that? ¿Qué tanto estaba bacano que tú y tu hermano, los dos, estaban en el equipo nacional y viajaban a otro país a representar el país tuyo?
Oh, eso era algo genial, de verdad. Tú tener una persona ahí que te apoya de verdad, como que si hubiera sido tú mismo, ¿entiendes? Mi hermano subía al ring y yo me sentía como si hubiera sido yo que había estado ahí. Yo subía al ring y él se sentía como que si era yo que estuviera ahí. Había un apoyo de verdad, de verdad, de verdad ahí. Que yo me acuerdo cuando tuvimos los Juegos Panamericanos en Perú, mi hermano estaba pasando por una pelea dura para pelear por su medalla de bronce y la pelea iba a cerrar. Luego mi hermano fue bajando el ritmo y se estaba viendo perdiendo la pelea y nadie estaba boceándole así ni nada del equipo de nosotros, y nada más estaba yo solo boceando vuelto loco, que yo solo me sentía como que si estaba el equipo entero boceándole. ¿Tú me entiendes? Es algo que se siente de verdad más que bien. Tú tienes una gente ahí que siente lo abajo, está sintiendo lo que está sintiendo arriba, tú sabes, y más que tú sabes que tú eres boxeador y tú sabes lo que duele un golpe, lo que tú sufres cuando tú estás cansado, que hay otro boxeador atacando, tú sabes, y que tú tienes conocimiento de lo que él está haciendo, que tú puedes decirle qué él puede hacer. Llega un momento que tú hasta le pides a Dios, puño, dale fuerza a la que yo tengo para que sobrepase, ¿tú me entiendes? Pero no se puede, ni se puede dar relevo.
No, okay. Pues, déjame traducir. So he said it was really cool having his brother on the same national team as him. He goes that, like, he goes, when you have your brother there, you have somebody who supports you like totally. Like, he goes that when he would be boxing, he felt like he won. And then same thing with his brother. He said that he if his brother won, he felt like he won, and if he won, his brother felt like he won. And he goes that he remembers that when he was fighting in the Pan American Games in Peru, that his brother at one point was fighting for the bronze medal, and that he goes that nobody from the national team was screaming, yelling him instructions. Nobody was doing anything but him. He goes that he was the only one there screaming and yelling and being passionate, and that, you know, it's something cool because let's say I'm yelling something because I know from experience, I'm a boxer myself. I can tell him, hey, I know what it is to get hit. I know what it is to get tired and the guy's still chasing you. I know what it is. So I'm yelling instructions, not only from a brother perspective, but also from a perspective of a fighter myself. So I was watching your brother in the Olympics. That's a big deal. And not only was he in the Olympics, he also advanced, which he was just one win away from medaling, which was really impressive. And I thought actually he was gonna get there, gonna get a medal based off how good he showed himself. How was watching him in the Olympics? How was that of an experience for you? ¿Cómo fue viendo tu hermano en la Olimpiada? Y no solo la Olimpiada, también ganó un par de peleas y estaba por una pelea, no sacó una medalla. Y yo quedé muy impresionado con él. ¿Cómo fue eso para ti, como hermano y boxeador? Ver tu hermano representando el país en el Olímpico, lo más, tú sabes, en el amateur, lo más alto que hay.
Ojo, pero que vuelvo y te repito, yo me sentía como que si fuera yo, porque lo que logra mi hermano lo logro yo y lo que logro yo lo logra mi hermano, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, más que yo tengo, que yo sé y tengo conocimiento de dónde él está peleando, de lo que él ha escalado, dónde él ha llegado, ganó 3 peleas, la número 4 por medalla de bronce, estaba el país, todo el país y todo el que es dominicano que se encontraba donde quiera, esperando ya el último boxeador que le quedaba en ese momento a República Dominicana en los Juegos Olímpicos. Y yo me sentía con esa misma presión. Yo hablaba con él por el teléfono y le dije, tienes que olvidarte de todo, olvídate de todo, piensa en tu hijo y piensa en mami, que tú sabes que si tú ganas esta pelea se cambia el mundo de una vez. Tú sabes lo que tú puedes lograr, automáticamente tú ganas esta pelea, que tú sabes el beneficio que tú vas a tener, los premios que te va a dar tu país. Ponte. Yo quería como estar ahí en ese momento, hasta para subir para el ring con él, pero no se podía, ¿me entiendes? Pero lo apoyé, yo estaba en ese momento en Las Vegas, ahí lo apoyé desde ahí, desde el primer instante hasta el último, para que pudiera lograr lo que él quería y todo el mundo y todos los dominicanos querían, que como mismo tuvieron los otros, medalla olímpica, que también él la pudiera lograr, pero lamentablemente llegó hasta donde él pudo, pero lo hizo con todo el amor y dignamente representó su país por lo más alto, lo dio todo hasta morir en la raya.
So he says that, as he mentioned earlier, he goes that seeing his brother in in the Olympics is kind of like he felt like he was in the Olympics. He said that he wanted him. He goes that anything his brother accomplished or he accomplished, he feel the other one is going to feel like they accomplished it themselves. He goes that his brother impressed in the Olympics, won 3 fights and lost in the 4th in the to which was the bronze medal match. Whoever would have won that would have at least won a bronze medal. He goes that at the time he was in Vegas, so he was texting him what to do. He was telling him like, listen, do this for your kids, do this for your mother. He goes, you know that if you win this fight, your life changes. He goes, being a medalist changes your life. It changes the trajectory. He goes, unfortunately, he didn't get to medal, but he got as far as he could, and he did a very good job. So how was fighting Devin Haney in the amateurs? From what I understand, you fought Devin Haney. How did that go? Who won? And how was that? Tengo entendido que usted peleó con Devin Haney en la amateur. ¿Cómo fue eso? Y también, ¿quién fue el que ganó?
Sí, con Devin Haney tuve una pelea en el boxeo amateur, donde fue la última pelea de él en el boxeo amateur conmigo. Luego de ahí él pasa al boxeo profesional. Y tuvimos una excelente pelea. ¿Que quién ganó? Los jueces lo vieron a él ganador, pero yo no sentí que él me ganó, porque lo que se mantuvo fue corriendo en el ring entero y atrás él, trompa y trompa. Pero bueno, lo vieron a él ganador, pero me gustaría volver a tener una oportunidad con él, ya que para esta pelea, la última pelea que tuve el mes pasado, hice sparring con él y me gustaría medirme ahora con él de nuevo en el boxeo profesional, porque vi lo que él tiene.
He says that he fought Devin Haney in Devin Haney's last amateur fight. And he goes, as far as who won, he goes, the judges said he won. I'm meaning Devin Haney won, but he didn't. He says he felt he won. He goes, all Haney did was just run throughout the whole fight. And that for Haney's last fight, he actually sparred Devin himself. And he goes, he would love to fight him in the professional ranks after one from being in the ring with him in the amateurs, as well as being in the ring with him from sparring. What do you think of Haney as a professional fighter? Well, like, what's your opinion on him? ¿Qué es tu opinión de Devin Haney como profesional?
No, él es excelente boxeador, un buen oponente en las 135 libras. Honestamente, sí, es bueno, al igual que los demás que están ahí, y al igual que yo también.
All right. He says no, that Devin Haney's an excellent fighter. Who has a lot to offer in the boxing, and he goes, he's good, just like there's a lot of good fighters, including himself. All right. Is there anybody else you fought in the amateurs that we would know? Anybody of note? Otra persona en los amateurs que tú has peleado que los otros, como podemos que lo conocemos.
Oh, en profesional,
Sí.
que se ha destacado, está Elvis Rodríguez, que es dominicano también. Han sido ya los dos que hasta ahora yo he peleado, que se han destacado en el boxeo profesional.
¿Y esa pelea quién la ganó?
Bueno, con Elvis Rodríguez tuve la oportunidad de pelear 5 veces.
Wow.
Peleamos aquí en competencia internacional y nacional. Él me ganó las 2 primeras peleas, yo le gané las 2 próximas, y luego él me ganó la última y se fue al profesional.
Okay. He said that the only other professional fighter that we would know that he fought is Elvis Rodriguez. He goes that Elvis Rodriguez first won the first 2 fights in the amateurs, and then the next 2 fights that Hendri won, and then the last one Elvis won, but then after that he went professional. And yeah, that's his amateur experience. So how many amateur fights did you end with? ¿Cuántas peleas amateur tú terminaste teniendo?
Bueno, yo me retiré del boxeo amateur con 400 y pico de peleas.
Wow. He says he had over 400 amateur fights. Wow. ¿Sabe el récord o no?
El récord, yo nada más contaba la perdida, 36 perdidas tuve en amateur.
Wow. He says that he had over 400 amateur fights, and that he would only count the losses. So he counted 36 losses. So in the pros, who are you signed to? Are you signed to Top Rank, PBC, Matchroom, Golden Boy? Who are you signed to? ¿Con quién tú estás firmado en la profesional? ¿Con PBC, con Golden Boy, Top Rank, Matchroom? ¿Con quién es que tú estás?
Ahora mismo no estoy con ninguna promotora, solo estoy con mi manager, que es Kenny Porter, el padre de Sean Porter. Uh-huh. Hasta ahora todavía no estamos con ninguna promotora, solo estamos trabajando con el manager.
Okay. He says as of right now, he doesn't have a promoter. He's only working with a manager, and his manager is Kenny Porter, Sean Porter's father. But as of right now, they're just going on a fight-by-fight basis, but there's no promotional company that has signed them. After this interview, you're going to get signed. I hope you know that. Después de esta entrevista, te van a firmar. Yo quiero que tú lo sepas.
Claro, ya eso tiene que estar por ahí.
No, es que te estoy diciendo. Yo voy a dar 2 o 3 llamaditas. I just told him I'll make 2 3 calls just to get him signed.
Ya Kenny tiene que tener esas ofertas por ahí. Lo que pasa es que él está esperando escalar un poquito más.
He says that Kenny Porter has a couple offers already, and that he's just trying to negotiate, trying to get the most he can. How did you even end up with Kenny Porter? ¿Cómo fue que tú te quedaste con Kenny Porter? ¿Cómo ustedes empezaron esa relación?
Con Kenny Porter, bueno, con Kenny Porter yo estaba aquí haciendo campamento para los Juegos Olímpicos en conjunto con mi hermano. ¿Qué pasa? Me contacta Pump Drum Boxing, que es otra persona que hace podcast igual que tú.
Sí, sí.
Mi hermano, lo quiero muchísimo. Síganlo ahí también en Instagram, en YouTube. Pump Drum Boxing me contacta por vía de Michelle Rivera.
Se está cortando. What happened?
¿Escucha ahora?
No, te está como cortando. No sé qué pasó con el internet. Estamos de lo más bien. No sé qué pasó. No
Te estás
sé.
cortando tú ahora.
Ok,
Pero tú me
no,
escuchas
ya,
bien.
ya, ahora sí, ahora sí. Ok, lo último dejaste
Ok. Bueno,
que Punch Drunk habló con Michelle Rivera para hablar con usted.
esa Rivera me recogía de Punto Unboxing. Punto Unboxing me recomienda a Kenny Porter. Por vía de Kenny, de Punto Unboxing, nosotros nos pusimos en contacto. Punch, como no hablo bien el inglés, ha sido todo el tiempo el traductor de nosotros, ha sido el intermediario siempre para todo lo que tiene que ver con mi carrera. Entonces, por esa vía nos pusimos en contacto, él me conoció vía telefónica, luego él vino aquí a República Dominicana, Kenny Porter, estaba como vacacionando y él le dijo a Pun que iba a estar aquí en ese momento, ya
En la República Dominicana.
sí, en la República Dominicana. Aquí entonces él viene y él le dice a Pun para que nosotros nos traslademos allá donde él estaba. Mi hermano y yo estábamos en Santo Domingo, ahí en el campamento. Salimos hacia allá, hasta Samaná, Sosúa, que allá era que él estaba, en una villa, hospedado, de vacaciones. Ahí nos conocimos en persona, ya habíamos hablado por el teléfono, ya él no había conocido. Luego ahí hicimos algo hablado, de acuerdo, para cuando él se fuera, él le hiciera el contrato. Duramos 2 días ahí con él, al otro día nos fuimos, ahí él nos dio un entrenamiento, el mismo día que llegamos, vio que teníamos potencial, que había talento, le dijo a Pum que sí, que iba a trabajar con nosotros, y cuando se fue, hizo el contrato y nos lo envió y estamos trabajando con él.
Okay. So he said that he was in America for a amateur tournament, and that Kenny Porter, I think, had seen him, and Punch Drunk had gotten in contact with Hendri Cedeño through Michelle Rivera. He said he contacted him and basically saying that how Kenny Porter is interested. And he said that Punch Drunk Boxing has always been the translator for Hendry and Kenny Porter. He's been the guy who goes in between both of them, so both can communicate with each other. So there were conversations had, but nothing set. And he said that at one point, Kenny Porter went to the Dominican Republic to vacation, and he was staying in a specific area of Dominican Republic called Sosua, and that he Hendry and his brother Eldy, they were both in Santo Domingo, the capital of the city of the country. So they traveled all the way to Sosua, and they went out there. They met in person, and they worked out with each other. And he said that then Kenny Porter contacted Punch and was like, no, we like, I like this kid. I wanna sign him. And so the paperwork was done, and then they shook hands, and then that's pretty much how their relationship started. Um, so how soon do you see yourself fighting for a world title? I know you only have 7 fights, so it's not too soon. But how soon do you see yourself fighting for one? Como en cuánto tiempo tú ves que usted va a estar peleando por un título mundial? Entiendo que solo tiene 7 peleas, claro, pero que como en cuánto tiempo tú crees que ya usted va a estar en el ring peleando por un título.
Bueno, yo honestamente, ¿qué te digo? Sabes que el boxeo es un negocio, el boxeo profesional. Yo entiendo que no te puedo decir cuántas peleas, honestamente, pero entiendo que debe ser lo antes posible, porque mi manager me ha medido ya, me ha probado. Yo he hecho sparring con Teófimo López, hice campamento con Sean Porter para su última pelea con Terence Crawford, hice sparring con Devin Haney, hice sparring, o sea, él me ha medido y él sabe que hay potencial para podernos medir con esos boxeadores que se encuentran en mi división. Entonces, nada más sería seguir escalando y esperar una oportunidad y el tirarme. Yo estoy abierto a pelear con cualquiera de ellos, porque me he medido con los que realmente han estado ahí. Antes de pelear, Teófimo López, antes de cárcel, yo estaba en su campamento, fui a hacer sparring 2, 3 y hicimos de 6 rounds cada vez que fuimos, fueron sparring buenísimos, ¿entiendes? Y yo digo que puedo estar ahí peleando un título mundial lo antes posible.
Oh, okay. He says that, as you know, boxing is professional boxing is very much so a business. He goes, he can't tell me in exactly how many fights he'll have a world title, but what he will say is that he wants it to be soon. He goes that his trainer slash manager Kenny Porter has took him to train to spar, Teofimo Lopez. That in Terrence Crawford's in Sean Porter's last fight where he fought Terrence Crawford, he was one of the lead sparring partners. He's also sparred Devin Haney. He said he sparred a bunch of people. And that in Teofimo's last fight, that they sparred about 2-3 times, and each time was 6 rounds. He goes, and each time it was like a hard 6 rounds, good work for both fighters, and where he doesn't feel like he's too far away from as far as having the potential of fighting for a world title. So, you have mentioned your brother's going pro. How excited are you, and how excited is your town specifically that the former Olympian is now turning pro and now finally going to try his ranks here in the professionals? Como mencionaste ahorita, tu hermano va a hacer su debut profesional. ¿Qué tanto está excitado usted y qué tanto está excitado la ciudad de la Romana, que ahora su olímpico ahora va a ser su debut profesional?
No, todo el mundo está contento, está todo el mundo pendiente a ese día, a esa fecha, para ir a darse cita en esa cartelera para apoyarlo, primordialmente la gente de la Romana, que son locos con nosotros. Ahora mismo somos lo primordial, dentro de lo primordial estamos nosotros, representando a la Romana y dándolo todo, y tenemos ahora mismo una fanaticada grandísima. Todo el mundo está contentísimo luego que llegue ese día, para los que puedan ir, trasladarse a Santo Domingo, y los que no, pues verla en live por YouTube.
Okay. He says that him and his whole town is very excited. This is something that the whole town has been waiting for, and that some will be able to make the trip to Santo Domingo to watch the fight live, and the ones who can't will be watching the fight on YouTube. I was there live when Hector Luis Garcia and Alberto Puello both became champion on the same day. I'm going to speak this into existence, that both you and your brother will become champion on the same day, and I'll be there to cover that event. Yo estaba ahí presente cuando Héctor Luis García y Alberto Puello, dos gente que se criaron juntos, se coronaron campeón mundial en el mismo día. Y yo estoy aquí declarando que Hendri Cedeño y Hendri Cedeño, los dos se van a coronar Amén. Campeón mundial en el mismo día, y yo voy a estar ahí como periodista.
Amén.
Cuando eso te pasa por la mente, ¿cómo se suena eso?
Oh, pero bien, tú sabes que nosotros, el sueño de nosotros primordial es ese, como que nos lleven la carrera en conjunto, que sea una sola promotora que nos lleve nuestra carrera, que nosotros nos visualizamos como los hermanos Clico de aquellos tiempos, en estos tiempos como los hermanos Charlo, ¿sabes? Que nos lleven siempre pendientes, que hayan posibilidades en que peleemos en muchas carteleras los dos en conjunto, que seamos los estelares, que peleemos títulos mundiales juntos, cosas así es lo que nosotros de verdad hemos querido desde niños. Esos son uno de los sueños de nosotros.
Okay. So he says that that's just a dream of him. That it sounds amazing, the possibility of him and his brother winning a title both on the same day. That him and his brother want to be remembered as like the Klitschko brothers, how both of them, had great legacies. And he goes, even now, the guys like the Charlo brothers, he goes, they want to be to the point where they're both headlining, where they're both winning world titles, where sometimes they're on the same card. and he doesn't mind their legacies being tied together. This will be the last question. Who is your brother signed to, both from a managerial perspective and a promotional perspective? Because I see he's making his pro debut, but I don't know who represents him. Esta va a ser la última pregunta. ¿Quién es el manager y el promotor de tu hermano? Porque entiendo que va a tener su debut profesional, pero no sé quién es el manager ni quién es el promotor.
Bueno, el manager de mi hermano es, en este momento, su nombre es Petrov, creo que es su nombre.
Un ruso.
Sí, él es ruso, Petrov. Y su promotora, para comenzar, se llama King Promotion, Marshall.
Okay. So he says that his brother Eldy's promoter is King's Promotion, and that his manager is a Russian guy named Petrov, but he's not too familiar with him. Okay, Hendri, muchas gracias por estar aquí en mi programa, dame tu tiempo, una entrevista muy, muy interesante. Necesito una gorra y una camisa, si no, vamos a tener un lío si una de esas gorras y una camisa no me da a mí.
No, desde que me vaya ahora para Estados Unidos a hacer campamento para mi próxima pelea, me llevo eso ahí, te lo envío un paquete ya, para que me apoye ahí en tu podcast y te la ponga y me siga dando a conocer. Creo que probablemente mi próxima pelea va a ser una pelea importante, pero vamos a esperar primero que se concretice, que luego que mi manager me confirme, entonces lo hago público y vamos a meter mano, vamos para encima.
So I told him, I was like, I need one of those shirts and one of those hats, and he said that he's about to start his training camp in America soon, that he'll make sure to pack an extra shirt and an extra hat for me, and also that he thinks that his next fight could be an important fight, so that they're waiting for that. I'm also need you to hook me up with an interview with your brother, so I'm also hold you to that as well. También voy a necesitar que usted me ayude con una entrevista con el hermano tuyo.
Claro, ya eso está ahí, él está ahí escuchando, ya él sabe.
Dile, ponme ahí para saludarlo, aunque sea, dile que vaya.
Hendri, pasa aquí, ven. Él ya no tiene que darle fecha y él...
Sí, yo la tiro política, pero lo quería saludar ahora.
Nosotros de verdad que nos sentimos más que orgullosos de tener una gente ahí como tú en Estados Unidos, empujando lo que son los talentos dominicanos que no tenemos esa misma oportunidad, tú lo sabes, que tienen los otros, los americanos y todos los demás, ¿entiendes? Que nos hace dificilísimo después que estamos ahí colocados como retadores número 1, dándose esas oportunidades que se dan tan fácil y tan rápido, hasta boxeadores que no son dominicanos, están por debajo de nosotros, y no están al nivel, no son retadores, no ganan los retos, ¿entiendes? Necesitamos esa gente así como tú que estén ahí hablando por nosotros, apoyándonos ahí para que nos den esa oportunidad y nosotros aprovechar que hay una camada de boxeadores dominicanos ahora mismo que deben de tener cuidado, que no den la oportunidad, estamos para agarrarla toda, para aprovecharla así. Lo mismo que hizo Alberto Puello y esto Luis García, por ahí venimos mucho esperando la oportunidad para también aprovechar al 100%, te lo prometo.
No. He said that he appreciates what I'm doing here in America, that Dominicans need somebody in America here representing and making sure that, their voices are being heard. He goes, a lot of times a Dominican will be ranked number 1 and still won't get the title shot when a non-Dominican won't have to do much and get celebrated and getting put in position in a lot faster. So the fact that I'm doing something like this, helping them get exposures and giving them interviews, he's really appreciated. Pues ya déjame no quitarte mucho el tiempo, aunque ya que el hermano tuyo no quiere estar en la cámara.
Se está bañando.
Se está bañando. Okay. No, pero está bien.
Pero desde que tú sepas qué día, tú me dices y él va a estar ahí, pues probablemente después de su debut para que sea una buena cita ahí.
Ok, pues está, vamos a hacerlo así. Después del debut.
Oportunidad él también.
Sí, después del debut lo hacemos así. tú sabes, como que podemos hablar de la pelea y de todo eso. Pero
exacto. Dale ahí el día 9, que la próxima semana, el próximo domingo, la pelea de Hendri Cedeño Martinez, su debut profesional aquí en Santo Domingo. Y ahí va a tener una entrevista para que ustedes también lo conozcan y nos apoyen a los hermanos Bazooka, los hermanos Cedeño de la Romana para el mundo, de la República Dominicana.
Y todo lo que nos están viendo ahora, dale a suscríbese a mi página, porque soy el único aquí en Estados Unidos que le está dando entrevista a todos los dominicanos. Se llama Broadway Joel. A mí me dicen la voz del boxeo dominicano. Y,
ya ustedes saben, eso
y
es
me
así.
preguntan, y ellos me preguntan a mí, ¿por qué tú estás hablando en inglés? Porque yo quiero hacerle la introducción a los dominicanos, así como usted.
Y también a los
exacto, porque ya un dominicano puede ser que te conozca a ti, pero yo quiero que todo, que sea americano, boricua, mexicano, colombiano, que sean de todo, que conozcan a los dominicanos. Por eso es que lo que hago yo. Por favor, suscríbese a mi página, dale like también al video y muchas gracias por ver la entrevista, que me encantó hablar con usted. Que no
gracias,
va a ser la última vez
papá. Vamos a seguir dándote entrevista, tranquilo. Gracias por apoyarnos a todos nosotros. Bendiciones, papá. Y suscríbanse a su canal, que él está dándole la oportunidad a todos los dominicanos a darlo a conocer allí en Estados Unidos, para que lo sigan apoyando y que le den la oportunidad. Aquí hay mucho talento también, que no están firmados con empresas americanas, como estamos algunos, pero hay talento duro también aquí que no lo conocen, que también me puede escribir para que tú le des oportunidades para que lo conozcan y puedan tener oportunidades con esas empresas americanas también, y lo pongan a trabajar allá. Ya tú sabes, brother.
No. Pues Tato, mi hermano, muchas gracias otra vez y hasta la próxima.
Dale, la bazooka.
La bazooka. All right, guys, that was Hendri Cedeño, my guy, man. What an interview, man. That dude has a lot of personality. He is a very, very entertaining guy. He is definitely has like swag, definitely has like the personality, that likable personality. Gave me great answers. A lot of times, people give you an interview and they just, kind of like, that was very, very fun, informative. He was, friendly. He's a handsome guy. That kid got superstar potential. And if you guys remember the video I showed you of him fighting on that he posted on his Instagram, the guy got swag, like dipping on dudes. I like the way he fights. I liked his personality. I didn't want to even end the interview. I wanted to keep talking, but translating, my brain was starting to get tired. But man, like I really enjoyed that interview. I'll stay on for a little bit more, just in case anybody wants to call in or anybody wants to chat. I'll put the link. But I really liked him. And I'm definitely going to be rooting a little bit extra hard. I'm a little bit upset that he's not signed with a particular promoter, man. That dude need to be signed, man. Like he got way too much personality. He fights at 130/135. 140/135, depending on where the opportunities, according to him. How's this guy got signed? Again, he has swag in the ring, personable, really fun to talk to, handsome guy. His brother's an Olympian. His father was a military man. He has all the ingredients for him to be like a strict person, a dedicated person. He trains with Kenny Porter, so he has a good trainer. And one thing about Kenny Porter that I heard him say is that he'll never train a guy who's not dedicated into his cardio. And he goes, that's the first thing he looks into when picking a fighter. And he said that this Hendri Cedeño kid is somebody who's very, very dedicated when it comes to working out and doing his thing. Hold on, I got Michelle Rivera. Michelle, ¿qué lo que? Dale el link si tú quieres hablar conmigo. Yo puse el link ahí arriba. Hit that link, Michelle. We could talk for a little bit. That'd be cool if Michelle called. Yo, Michelle, call in. Hit the link. It's on the top of the chat. Está arriba del chat el link. Tú le das ahí. Vamos a hablar un ching. Sí, acabo de hacerle una entrevista a Hendri Cedeño, el pana tuyo. Punch Drunk, ¿qué es lo que? Punch Drunk está aquí. No, I appreciate everybody who's with me throughout the whole interview, man. But definitely, if anybody wants to call in to talk about the interview or to talk about Dominican boxing, because we know that a lot of these YouTube channels, you don't have the opportunity to talk to a guy about Dominican boxing. This is a safe space for that. Just come, click that link, be like, yo, bro, what's up with Edwin? What's up with Elvis, Carlos Adames? You can ask me all these questions. And guess what? I got all the answers. All the answers you want to Dominican boxing, I got them. And if not, you see this phone right here? I got their number. I could text or call anybody. So hit that link. Oh, hold on. We got Michelle Rivera hopping on. Michelle,
Hey,
my brother,
okay.
how you doing?
Everything good, man. You know, just right here with the family.
Yeah, man. This is unexpected, but I appreciate you hopping on, calling in, man. How's training camp?
Yeah, everything is good. You know that is I'm to focus. I have and now is new camp because I was in the camp in Vegas with King Kong for the fight with Andy Ruiz. That was for few months, and right now it's all the camp for my next fight. You know, but everything is going good, man.
Do you have an opponent named yet? For
Yeah,
October
yeah.
15th?
Jerry Perez. Jerry Perez. That is the sure opponent right now.
Okay, yeah. So Jerry Perez. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I,
14 and 1. 14 and 1. Yeah.
oh, he's
Mexican.
14-1. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I listen. I want all the Dominicans that live in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. I need all of y'all to buy tickets for October 15. Bring your biggest Dominican flag and support Michelle Rivera. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
no
man.
excuses. Support Dominican boxing. Support Michelle Rivera. Buy a ticket. And when people there, you here to see Wilder? No, I'm here to see Michelle. And I need you to say it loud. Okay? Everybody watching this, if you live in New York, buy a ticket. If you live in New Jersey, buy a ticket. And when people go, what do you think of Wilder? I don't think of Wilder. I'm thinking about Michelle Rivera. That's what I want everybody to do.
Nice, man.
No, but it was tough getting an opponent, right? Like it was a long time you were gonna be on this card.
Yeah. I have a lot of time that I don't fight. I was supposed to fight. I fight 3 times in the year. Right now, it just would be 2 times. But it's coming good team for me. You know, they talking about titles. I don't know. I can't say nothing right now, but something good is coming. You know, just focus. I'm focusing this fight. That is, for days. You know, in this level, anything is easy. Everything is hard in my mind. In my mind, I will fight with world champion right now because I have to win. Then I get big steps, all the steps, and I can get the Javonta fight. I don't know, whatever Devin Haney fight. That's how I'm waiting, man.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you told me last time we spoke that you were the mandatory for Javante, and that never happened,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But hopefully after this fight, maybe the WBA could do the right thing, or and
Yeah.
put you to fight one of
No,
these guys.
I don't believe that it's the WBA that they would do it because they don't want. You know, it's like Yerbonta decision his team. When his team won, they fight because they support him. You know, like they love him. Then they maybe don't want to give me the opportunity because they know that I can beat him. You know, I believe that he never fight with a boxer like me. He is too good. I'm not saying that he's bad. Yerbonta is amazing boxer, very good skills, power puncher, but I'm bigger. I have my jab is too good. You know, my skill is too good. I'm too fast, there, man. I'm the best fighter. The best fighter that he can fight right now, and I'm
No,
sure I can beat him, man. I
no.
see me.
Listen. As the guys who are signed with PBC, you the one that makes the most sense. Like,
Yeah,
because he already fought Isaac Cruz. I don't want to see that fight. He already
yeah.
fought Rody.
And I'm 23 and 0 undefeated guy. Then I'm
Yeah,
contender.
you
It's
ranked
like
in the WBA. You fought for
yeah,
PBC already, what, 9 times? Like, It's time for us for y'all to give my opportunity to the Dominicans, man. You know what happened? They probably saw Hector Luis Garcia, they saw Edwin de los Santos, and they got scared. They go, wait a minute, these Dominicans, they coming out here beating everybody. I think they scared now.
Yeah. I say that before. Dominican have a lot of talents, like a lot of guys is right there, still right there. But they don't have good promoters, good team that help days. You know what they are saying? Then it's a lot of talent, Dominican, but it's no a lot of relation right now. Everybody is watching a lot of Dominicans too good because it's more everybody is supporting right now. Then if it's
no,
yeah.
No, you know what fight I want? If you don't get the Tank fight, I'm just saying. Obviously, I want you to get the Tank fight, but let's just say you can't. The fight I want to see you in is you against Rolly Romero. What do you think?
Yeah,
of
I
that
like
fight?
to. Yeah, but something. I was supposed to. They was talking about this fight, and he said that he will fight with more 135 fighters. He wanna fight with. He will fight 147.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he better relax before he get his head knocked off. No, but I think that's a good fight for you. Pitbull
Yeah,
Cruz.
that's good fight, of course. People Cruz too is good fight for me then, but
Yeah. No, I
you
totally
know
agree.
you know what it is.
You wouldn't move up to 140 for the right opportunity, or you want to
No,
win a
no,
title first?
I don't wanna like I wanna get belt right here because I have a lot of time fighting 135. It's not good when you make a lot of work in one division and you just go because they don't wanna fight you. They have to fight you. It's like I just keep pressure, you know. I want my opportunity. I want my belt. I want a world title, but I was champion in 135. Then I
No,
way up after next because I'm big. I'm big. I have big body. It's like I'm bigger than the other guy that is in 135, and 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 they say that they can do 135, but I can do it. I don't know they can't, you know, and they up. But I want to get first world title or be I don't know undisputed. You
oh, I would
know,
love that.
I made a lot of work, man. I really want an opportunity because I'm pretty sure that I can get it. You know.
Yeah. Have you and your team ever discussed possibly going the IBF route, like trying to become the IBF mandatory? Because the WBA, you
It's hard.
don't say nothing. Don't get in trouble. Let me get in trouble. The WBA sometimes they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Don't comment on it. That's me. That's Broadway Joe.
No. WBA is too good. I love it.
There you go. You say that. Let me talk bad about the WBA.
Yeah.
But the IBF usually does the right thing. Have you and your
Yeah.
team discussed possibly going the IBF route?
What they can tell? I don't. I always say nothing all this because maybe
Right.
I tell you and I say something. You know.
That's fine. I don't want you to get in trouble. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. So what do you think of what did you make of Edwin de los Santos getting that upset against Rayo Valenzuela? Nobody was picking Edwin de los Santos. I was.
Yeah.
What did you make of that when you saw it?
Well, man, I know him. I know he's his good friend. I talk with him a lot. Like we said, De Los Santos. I was training with him in Dominican. We was the same coach that he died. Pacheco, that he was the guy that was my trainer in Dominican. He was training him too. Then I work with him a lot. Then I know his skill. I know that he's too good. I know he have power, and anybody knows about him. Everybody was thinking because he have one loss, they was thinking that is regular boxer, but he was good skills. I know that would happen. You know, I know that.
You knew he was gonna win.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. When I listen that the fight will happen, I say, he will win. You know, and say, yeah, you know.
And you were there at the fight, right? You were there.
Yeah,
was
of course. I
supporting
was.
King Kong, right?
Yeah, man. I made 2 months and a half in the King Kong camp, and I was in Los Angeles too. I see him before the fight too. You know, yeah, man.
That's good. Well, you
Yeah,
guys both fight in the same division, so maybe
Yeah.
down the line, when both of you got a belt, maybe you guys can fight. Or what do you make of that? Or Dominicans don't fight Dominicans. How we doing it?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. What they can tell you is it's like if it's 10 boxer, I prefer to fight with 9 guys that is not Dominican that I don't know. that one guy that I know in is Dominican, you
I
know.
see.
But I don't take decision because they don't. I have a Heyman contract. Then I can take boxers. Just they give me. You know what I'm saying? Is his decision. They give the fight for him. It's like I'm with a Heyman. They call it. Hey, you fight? Wanna fight with Michelle? Oh, you do this with Michelle, but I don't have to say nothing. You just if you take we fight. If you don't take we don't fight because I don't have options. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you you
I don't
can't
take my
turn down a
opponents.
fight. So you
What?
can't turn down a fight. Like
No,
it's
I can say no. I can say yeah. I can say nothing. Just you will fight this day and this day. You know what I'm saying?
that's interesting. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But because it's like when you signed, there's your promoter. They have to get you fights.
I
No,
see
you
what you're
know
saying.
when you started, they give you options. This guy is this. When you're making your record, this when you are in this level, it's hard to get fights. Then you have just get it. You just if the guy say yeah, you have to fight with him. You know.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Uh, so so after this fight, October 15th, let's just say you win. When do you? Now, I'm not asking you who you're gonna fight because obviously, like you mentioned, they're the ones who pick your opponents. Um, when do you want to fight again? So you fight in October and you
Man,
win.
I wanna fight in December.
You want to fight in December.
Yeah, in December. I wanna make 3 fights in the year. But I don't know. That's depend how is the fight because I'm taking this fight so serious. The guy is 14-1, and in this level, I know I'm confident with myself, but I don't believe that anybody's easy. You know what I'm saying? I really work, and I say that everybody's hard because in my mind everybody's hard, and I do everything for win. You know what they're saying? Then if the fight finish fast or the fight I don't have nothing, it's good.
I see what you're
I wanna
saying.
yeah, I wanna go again in December.
Hey man, you know they talk about Tank wants to fight in December. You know that, right?
Yeah, I can fight if you want. I don't have problem. I'm ready
listen.
for work. I'm ready for work. I don't take vacation. I'm young. I don't know how. I don't. I'm young. I don't have to to wait to take vacation. My body is good. My body is young. I recovered in 2 days.
I'm
You
hoping
know.
for a first round knockout. That way you get no cuts, no nothing. That way you can fight again in December, and hopefully Tank don't got an opponent by then, and they could slip you in there. Hopefully,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I told them because they talking a lot that he will fight with Ryan Garcia, but I'm pretty sure that will happen. That
yeah.
will
I don't.
happen.
I think Ryan Garcia is too big. Like his last two fights have been 140, and he looks big. He's
Nah,
tall.
he's skinny. I'm bigger than him, and I
No,
do
you
135.
saw him against Fortuna. He looked big.
Yeah, but Fortuna is short. Fortuna is really 126. You know what they are
Oh, he's
saying?
saying
Fortuna
because he's
really is.
fighting the small guy.
Yeah, but his body, the Ryan Garcia is his body is no big. He is tall, just this. That's it. You know what I'm saying? My body is big and I can do 135, but it's a lot of discipline. It's like you made you eat the right food, you drink the good water, do this everything perfect. Three practice in the day, two practice in the day is not just one. You know what they're saying? Then you can do 135. Good, strong, but it's hard. You know what they're saying? But it's hard. But maybe
No,
they
no.
don't wanna. You know what they are saying is not everybody made the 100% the sacrifice because it's too. You don't do. I do it because maybe I need it and I have to do it. Somebody have everything, have the opportunity, have their own money for me. It's come easy. You know what they're saying? Then they is like constable. You know what they're saying, and they really don't work. Maybe I don't know.
Making 135 to you is not, it's not super hard. It's like you make it comfortably
I'm
135.
disciplined because if you
Okay.
are disciplined, is of course you have to work like too hard.
No,
I,
of
I
course.
work
I
hard.
mean, you're not
Yeah.
sacrificing like we're in the sauna and then you got to run before the weigh-in. Or you good? Are you comfortable?
No, no. In the way, and I always I am before in the way. Like before 4 days, 5 days before the fight, I'm in the way. I'm already in the way. In the hotel, I'm eating normal. I like eating meat, drinking milk, like drinking water, looking strong with energy because I have a good team. Yuka Tebola is my 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 physically trainer, and
Perfect conditioning
and
coach.
yeah, and he say me what to eat, how many gallons I have to drink and everything. He give me vitamins, everything. My team is too professional. It really is too professional. I love it.
No, that's good. That's good. Well, what did you make of both Alberto Puello and Hector Luis Garcia both becoming champion on the same day? That was a big
Yeah,
night for
man.
our country.
Yeah, man, that made me too happy, really, because I know that I know they was right there in Dominican, and they was needing, they was working for this. That is they dream when they get the belts. I get motivated.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's too good, man. I feel so excited for this. I was pretty sure that they would win both.
Yeah, I was there at the fight. I was expecting to see you because I know you live in Florida, but then
Yeah,
they
but I
told
was
me
in
you were in Las
Vegas.
Vegas. You was in Las
Yeah, for
Vegas. Yeah.
camp
I'm
because I was
like,
supposed to fight. I was
I'm like,
supposed to fight.
where's Michelle? He lives out here. Where's Michelle?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, he's in Vegas
Yeah,
training. I was
man.
like, ah,
Yeah, Carlos Adames y Caballo. He write me, hey man, you don't come. You have to buy a ticket and come just for the fight.
yeah.
But I was supposed to make a spar with one guy that was coming for New Jersey or something like this, and was important day in the camp then. But I see it after when they will fight again. Cuando ellos vayan a defender el título.
Yeah, when they
Yeah,
go defend their belts, yeah, he'll
yeah,
be there. You'll be there when they go defend their belts.
exactly. Y el varón
Um,
también va.
¿Quién va?
El varón, mi
Oh,
papá.
okay. He says his father, El Varón, is
Yeah.
also going to be there when they go defend it. Did you watch our interview? Did you watch the interview where I interviewed your father?
Sí, claro, yeah,
¿Cómo,
así.
cómo tú la viste? ¿Se dio bien?
No, claro que sí, obvio. Ese señor es del medio, él tiene flow de estar en el medio.
Sí, no, él me cayó tan bien, porque yo no sé si tú sabes, él y mi papá son amigos. Entonces
Sí,
él me
sí,
cogió un cariño de una vez y lo ponimos ahí a hablar, como que él me había conocido por su vida entera.
sí, sí, claro. Es
No,
así.
me cayó bien. No, pero muchas gracias a Michelle por estar aquí en el programa. Lo vamos a hacer otra vez uno de estos días, pero tú sabes, con más planeado, porque no
Sí,
tuve
claro, claro.
pero tú
No, claro
sabes.
que esto es algo espontáneo.
Exacto, yo te vi ahí, yo dije, coño, está Michelle, dale el link también.
Sí,
No,
porque
pues
usted ve
muchas
que
gracias, Michelle.
entré a ver parqueado, fue, lo vi ahí a usted. Yo dije, déjame entrar, entré rápido.
Sí.
¿Qué es lo que?
No, pues de lo mío, pues muchas gracias.
Ya te sabe, Dios le bendiga, pase buena noche.
Tato, igualmente, Dios te bendiga. All right, guys, that was Michelle Rivera. Look, for you guys, listen, if you're not subscribed by now, you disrespecting yourself. Listen, that was impromptu. Look, I was chilling on interviewing, giving you a fire interview with Hendri Cedeño Martinez, who some of y'all may not even been hip to. Y'all watched him. I showed y'all some highlights. Y'all better go follow him on Instagram, by the way, and tell him Broadway sent you. Matter of fact, let me screen share, man. Let me screen share my man Hendri Cedeño's page, man. So I need y'all to go follow him. Follow him on Instagram. Go get his numbers up, man. He got my numbers up. I gained a few subscribers because of him. Let my man my man got 5,477 followers. I'm gonna stay on live for a bit, but I need those numbers to get up, man. I need those numbers to get up. I need Hendri Cedeño to know that Broadway Joel's name means something and that he gains followers when he comes on this show. Go follow Hendri Cedeño Martinez, man, on Instagram. That's for free. That's for free. None of y'all sending me super chats. So the fact that I'm asking you just to hit the like button and just to go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram, those are the only two things I'm asking for you. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already, or hit the like button, and then just go follow Hendri Cedeño Martinez on IG. Come on, man. Please don't tell me I got followers that don't do that. Let me hit the refresh button, man. Let me see if he gained any followers. Let me see. All right, he gained one. I'm gonna need a few more, man. Go follow my guy, man. Go follow my guy. I'm gonna leave this up. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna leave that up because I need y'all to go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram. But yeah, like I said, and Hendri Cedeño también. Hendri Cedeño, te voy a poner también ahí. Go follow my man Hendri Cedeño. Hold on, let me put up his as well. And that's his brother Hendri Cedeño Martinez. He has 10,000. Damn, yo, that Olympic run got him a lot of subscribers. Yo, he's not even a pro. He already got 10,000 followers. That's legit. That's legit. But he'll have his day. I definitely want to interview him. But as of today, I want guys to follow Hendri, man. Hendri is the one. One, he needs it. Two, he was the one that just gave me a interview. So I definitely need y'all to go do that. But yeah, man. If anybody wants to call in, the link is still pinned to the top of the chat. If y'all want to talk about what Rivera had to say, he announced he's fighting Jerry Perez, guy who's 14-1, a Mexican guy, on October 15th. And I hope if you live in New York and you Dominican, I hope you go into that Wilder fight, which is Dominican flag. I hope that y'all not out here not supporting Dominicans, man. Because that's the thing. That's what they say about us. They say, they don't fight that Dominicans don't buy tickets. Dominicans don't buy tickets. Well, all right. Well, if Dominicans don't buy tickets, let's prove them wrong. Let's prove them wrong. But like I said, man, if anybody wants to call in, that link is open. But I'm trying to think what I made out of the Michelle Rivera interview. I want to get him in trouble with the WBA. That's why I was like, yo, let me be the one trashing the WBA. Don't you trash the WBA. Let me do that, because the WBA is on some bullshit when it comes to what they do in the Michelle, man. They got him ranked number 3rd, right? But number 1 is Ryan Garcia. Number 2 is Jezreel Corrales. Who the fuck Jezreel Corrales beat? Who the fuck Jezreel Corrales beat to be ahead of Michelle Rivera? Now you can say, all right, Ryan Garcia is number 1. That's justifiable. I have him ranked ahead of Michelle Rivera. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, right? Ryan Garcia's last 2 fights were at 140. Why is he ranked ahead of Michelle Rivera? Explain that to me. The WBA, man. The WBA, they need to get that shit right, man. The same way y'all need to go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram. Y'all need to be trashing the WBA, man. That's ridiculous what they doing to my man Michelle Rivera. They got Jezreel Corrales, who's beating absolute nobody. Then they got Ryan Garcia, whose last 2 fights were at 140, ranked ahead of him. Michelle Rivera should be number 1 on that. He won an eliminator against John Fernandez. And then again, the 2 guys you got ahead of him, I just explained, there's no reason why they should be ahead of him. It's ridiculous, man. Hold on. Much respect, Broadway Joel. And the chat stopped into the show to support. Hit the like button. Salute. Just got off work. Yeah, man. This was a really good show, Tony Boswell. I interviewed Hendri Cedeño, and that was one of my best interviews. And then right after that, Michelle Rivera just popped in like an impromptu interview. Me and him chopped it up, talked some good boxing. So definitely, after I'm off the live, definitely go over there. And while you on, go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram right there. It's up. It's up. Anyways. Chill. Nah, for real, though. Respect, man. You back your fighters. Tell them. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, this is not me saying. I'm gonna just read what says that Hendri will fuck Ryan up. I'm not saying that. I'm reading what Warriors Boxing LLC said. That wasn't me. That was not me. Puerto Rican Rum. Shout out to Puerto Rican Rum. Always showing love. Always in the chat. I don't gotta ask him to subscribe because I know he subscribed. So shout out to Puerto Rican Rum, my guy. Yeah, man, it's definitely worth a rewatch. It's definitely worth a rewatch. And Hendri Cedeño is definitely worth a follow on Instagram. Yo, Carlos Montes, go follow Hendri Cedeño, man. He's only gained one follower from me. I need at least 2 more, man. At least 2 more. I'm not going off live until he gets 2 more followers on Instagram. They love Ryan, bro. He can lose and they'll have him still top 3. Not my thing is, listen. I don't even have a problem with him being ranked ahead of Michelle Rivera. My problem is that his last 2 fights were at 140. How do you jump up in ranking when your last 2 fights wasn't in the division you're ranked in? That makes no sense to me, man. That makes no sense to me. So when are Puello and Gary Antoine fighting? Well, that's a good question. That's a rumor that shout out to my man Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene, said on the Jake and Lefty show with my man Lefty from Chicken Talk. He said that that's the fight he thinks is happening next. No word as to when that is, but it's looking like Alberto Puello's first defense is going to be against Gary Antoine Russell. And, let's just say I got Puello, man. I got Puello winning. That dude, Gary Antoine Russell, is following. That's what's up. I'm following him, bro. Wait, Joel. Yeah, man. I need one more follower. At least let me let him gain 3 followers. Right now, I need him to hit around 480. Go, Michael Blunt, go follow him. Let me start naming names in the chat, man. Michael Blunt, Puerto Rican Rum, Raph, Warriors Boxing, LLC, Tony Boswell, he already hit it. Who else is on here? Rugo. Yo, Randy, A-Bar. All everybody, I need all of y'all. Go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram, man. Hendri Cedeño Martinez, man. I need his followers up. Anyways, this is Hendri. Oh, Hendri's still on here. We are ready to fight with any of them who give us the opportunity. Only that we want. That's it. Yeah, man. He's ready and willing, and he's only 7-0. 7-0. You know what? Put him up. Listen, this I need a full screen. I'll put it back. But I need the full screen for this. Top rank. You bigging up this guy Keyshawn Davis like he's the next big thing, right? Throw him in against my man Hendri Cedeño Martinez. My man 7-0. Top rank guy, your guy 6-0. So this is not no bully, no, I'm getting a guy who's 20-0 against your guys. No, 7-0, 6-0. Make that fight happen. I got my Dominican winning that fight. Make that fight happen. Now back to the regularly scheduled program. Go follow Hendri Cedeño on Instagram, man. And go buy a ticket. If you live in the New York area, go buy a ticket at the Barclays Center. Well, Ticketmaster, to the Barclays Center for October 15th, where Michelle Rivera will be fighting Jerry Perez. And bring your biggest Dominican flag. I gotta start selling Dominican flags, man, so y'all can hop on. Yeah. Shakur versus Edwin De Los Santos should be a good fight. I want to see. Since they're both 135, Edwin's a beast Broadway. What do you think of this fight? I mean, I like the fight, but I mean, Shakur's a bad dude. Shakur can fight, man. Shakur got really good defense. But also the thing is about Shakur is he's on Top Rank, and Edwin De Los Santos with PBC. So those guys don't do business with each other. And honestly, I don't see Shakur taking that fight as his first fight at 135. Absolutely not. That would be an insane fight to take. Yeah, man. Carlos Montes knows what's up with Hendri Cedeño Martinez. I hope you're one of the guys that's following him. Hold on. All right. I got him that extra follower. Shout out to you. All right, I could take this off. I'll get my full screen. I just wanted him to get at least 3 followers from me. And I'm sure more y'all are gonna do it. Y'all just watching from your phone and y'all like seeing me and shit. Y'all don't want to go off the screen, but go follow him, man. I don't know if Alberto has the power to keep Gary away, because Gary Antoine be bull rushing people with that style. Yeah, but Gary Russell is very easy to get hit. And what I like about my man, what's his name? We just talking about him. Alberto Puello, is that he goes up and down, and he has a really sneaky uppercut where, you know, a lot of people don't see it when it's coming. And if Gary Antoine Russell go in rushing in like how he does, he might just get clipped with that uppercut. Boop! And he might drop. I'm not saying he'll knock him out, but it'll be a shot he won't see and a shot he's rushing into. And then out of nowhere, out of that soft southpaw stance, he just hit him with that left uppercut. Ha! You know? What about De Los Santos versus Tank? They're both PBC. I mean, I just don't think De Los Santos' name is up like that. I think if Tank is going to fight a Dominican, it should be Michel Rivera. I just had him on the show. It should be Michel Rivera if he's going to fight a Dominican next. And justifiably so. I'm not even saying that like, oh, he's Dominican, I want him to get the shot. No, the guy's very high ranked in the WBA, the sanctioning body that, you know, Tank has, you know, this WBA regular. Okay. And, it's on the PBC side. He already fought Isaac Cruz, so I don't want to see that fight. What's the other fight at 130 PBC that Tank could take? I guess if he fights Ryan next, which I doubt the fight happened, to be honest with you. But if he fights Ryan next, I'll be like, okay, I understand. That's a bigger fight. As a fan, as a boxing fan, knowledgeable boxing fan, you have to know what makes business sense. So that's a bigger fight for Tank. He'll make more money. But if he's not fighting Ryan, it should be Michel Rivera. It really should. I'm sorry. That's who it should be. Because there's no other. What other 135 pounder is big enough for him to, like, oh no, well, I'm going to fight Loma. No, Loma's with Top Rank. You're not fighting Loma. Oh, I'm going to fight Haney. Haney's with Top Rank, bro. You're not fighting Haney. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to fight Tio, another Top Rank guy. And he's at 140. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it just makes sense. If you're not going to fight Ryan, who fights on the zone, by the way, but they looks like they trying to work out a deal. If you're not fighting Ryan, what makes logical sense is to fight Michel. I don't think that Michel. I don't think that there's enough demand for that Isaac Cruz rematch. Who the fuck wants to see that shit? Yeah, hold on. Santos and Rivera might be high risk, low reward Tank for Tank. Yeah, I agree. Hold on, Ari. I'm gonna read these couple comments and I'll get to you. Broadway, Michel and Edwin De Los Santos are insane fighters at the 135 division. They're scared to fight these guys. Absolutely. They only want the $1 million fights, but they don't want to fight with real prescribers. I say real fighters. I fight with any of them just for the respect that real boxers deserve. Shout out to Hendri Cedeño, who's out here typing in English. Shout out to you. Ari de lo mío. What's up, my brother?
De lo mío, dime a ver.
I'm doing good. How you liking the show so far, man?
Yo, that was a great interview. I love that kid's energy, man. He has a great personality. I like his energy, so hey, I'm all for it, man. I like what I mean, at least listening to him and see what he's about. I like his personality. He's cool, man.
His personality is mad dope. And you seen him fight? You saw the highlights I put up of him?
I went back and watched that fight. I also went back and watched the Devin Haney versus him when they were in the amateurs. And then I saw another fight of his, but I only seen 2 pro fights in the Devin Haney fight, pretty much.
Yeah, no. What do you make of him?
No, he definitely has talent, man. I like what I saw. He definitely has talent. But that's what I'm saying, man. These guys, all they need is the opportunity. Once they're given the opportunity, I know they're going to take advantage of it and really show out. It'll be interesting to see if somebody picks him up in terms. I know that he's managed by Kenny Porter. I think that's great. Kenny Porter's the guy that no nonsense.
Yeah, he's a hard-nosed trainer. That's good.
That's what I'm saying. No nonsense. So I think he's in great hands.
I'm gonna hit up Samson right now. I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow. And I gotta get that dude signed, man. that dude is way too good. He's good looking. He speaks English, but is not so good. He was just being shy about it. But he does speak English, so he speaks some English. He fights at 135, 140-ish. So he fights in a division where, Samson can make money out of it. I need that guy signed, man. I hope.
Well, the thing is, I mean, given that he has a relationship with Kenny Porter, I think Kenny Porter will probably guide him, to PBC. Obviously because he knows experience from Sean Porter, he guided his career as well. So I think he's in good hands. It might be at this point, it might be even beneficial that he doesn't sign with a promoter yet. Maybe like I said, I don't know what agreement he has with Kenny Porter. So, the paperwork obviously got to be in order, but I think he's in good hands though, and I think Kenny Porter will guide him right. And he'll probably be fighting on PBC eventually.
I hope so, man. I hope so, because I like the way PBC treats their fighters, and right now they're the ones supporting Dominicans. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let them monopolize the fucking Dominican talent that's coming up, and they're the ones that are gonna be the beneficiary from it. Like right now, it don't seem that way because you're like, well, you guys only have 2 champions. Okay, Michelle's on the up and coming. Edwin's on the up and coming. Elvis. Is up and coming. We got Nunez, Victor Santillán. We got a lot of guys that are up and coming. Carlos Adames, who's not up and coming in the sense like young guy, but in a sense like he's about to fight for an interim title, which makes him a mandatory for Charlo. So that's on the way. Hendri Cedeño, the Olympian, that guy is good, man. I saw his Olympic run. He won 3 fights. And in the fight he lost to the number 1 ranked guy who ended up becoming the silver medalist. And he put up a good fight. I thought he lost. I don't want to say he got robbed, but he definitely put up a great fight. That kid is gonna be good, and he's a middleweight. So Dominican boxing is definitely on the way up, man. Definitely.
And something I want to say is that you spoke about it on Twitter. A lot of people are sleeping on Puello if he fights Gary Antoine. Because, styles make fights, and the way that Akhmedov was able to fight Puello, it was like pressure. So that made it a close fight. But that's not the way Gary Antoine Russell fights, right? And Gary Antoine is shorter than Puello. Puello's very slick, like you were saying, he has those sneaky uppercuts. He's great reach. I think that's a great fight, and I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on him.
No, I agree. And the people that want to make it seem that, because I rewatched the fight. I saw the fight live, the Puello Akhmedov fight. And I saw the fight in my house. I thought Puello won. A lot of those shots that Akhmedov was landing was on the arms. It looked like a lot of those punches are arm punches. And if we're not going to give Canelo credit for it, we damn sure are not going to give Akhmedov credit for those shots.
Yeah, a lot of his work was smothered, right? A lot of his work was smothered. It was in the arm punches. But when you saw the fight, Puello was landing the cleaner shots. He was landing those sneaky uppercuts, and he got the cleaner work. And I think that's the reason why he got the decision. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a very close fight, but I still picked Puello. I thought he won that fight clearly, in my opinion.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Again, those clean uppercuts. And Gary Russell is really reckless with his aggression. And what's his name? Puello's uppercut is very sneaky. It's very to the point where out of nowhere it just boom. And I think I don't think Puello knocks him out. What I think happens is Gary Russell starts pressuring him, starts getting overconfident, and boom, gets dropped maybe once or twice off that uppercut. And then again, Puello also has good stamina, goes to the body as well as the head. And I think he'll break him down a little bit. I'm not saying he'll stop him, but I do think he drops him at least twice and wins a unanimous decision. I think people are overrating Gary Antoine Russell. I really do.
I'm high on Gary Antoine. I am, because I'm one of those. I am high on him. I think he's very talented. Mm-hmm. I think he's a very good fighter. The thing with Puello that I think will give him problems is the reach, right? Gary Antoine, he's small. He's not a big guy, right? And I think when he fought Postol, he was reaching, right? Because Postol had the reach advantage. So I feel like when he does that with Puello, I think Puello being, very sharp, I think Puello will catch him coming in and possibly hurt him. I think it's a great fight. If it happens, it happens. I think it's a great fight. But, let's be honest, Gary Antoine is going the WBC route. That's the route he's taking for whatever reason. And then, we'll see who Puello fights next. But I'm excited for Puello's next fight. I'm excited for Hector Luis Garcia's fight. I'm high on Nunez, man. I really like Nunez. I think that kid is super talented. And he's another one that I think is just waiting for an opportunity to show out. Like I said, I'm excited for De Los Santos. And I want to see Michelle Rivera, man. Michelle Rivera is in a tough spot because I feel like I agree with what you were saying. Look, if Tank is fighting Ryan, that's a great fight. It's a big money fight. It's a fight we want to see. But if he's not, then I think Michelle Rivera is somebody that definitely deserves a Tank fight. I think he'll put up a great fight, and I think that's a dangerous fight for both of them. It's not an easy fight for Tank like a lot of people think it is.
No, I totally agree. Like people who make it seem like, oh, Tank is gonna just sleep this dude in one round, and Michelle's this easy fight. Who has he beaten? Okay, then make the fight. Then if it's as easy as y'all making out to be, make the fight, and I guarantee you'll change your mind of who Michelle Rivera is after the fight. Michelle
Another
Rivera
thing,
taller, longer reach. Come on, man. Yo, Michelle Rivera is one of the tallest lightweights. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the shortest lightweights. And I'm not saying that Tank isn't a good fighter, that Tank don't got speed, that Tank don't got power. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is it's not as one-sided as y'all making it out to be. I'm not saying you.
I think one thing that I want to see Michelle Rivera do is, so he has the fight October 15th, right? We don't know who he's fighting. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know if the New York State Athletic Commission approved his possible opponent. He has to go in there, get dude out of there, whatever. Next, if he's not going to get a Tank fight, he has to chase Isaac Cruz down. And the reason why I say that is because Isaac Cruz has been getting great receptions from the Mexican fan base. After fighting Tank, his profile really grew. The Mexican crowd was giving him mad love in these last few fights. He's been getting dudes out of there. So if I'm Michelle Rivera, if I'm not getting a Tank fight, I'm going after Cruz because I think Michelle Rivera beats him. I think Michelle Rivera should definitely beat him convincingly. And given that, for example, a lot of people were propping up Valenzuela, right? Mm-hmm. De Los Santos went in there and got him the fuck out of there. And then after that, De Los Santos' name was buzzing, right? A lot of the Mexican families like, yo, who is this kid? Who is this kid? Whatever. So I think it's a good idea to go after those guys. Listen, they got a little following. Go after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do what you got to do.
I just don't think Cruz will take the fight. And honestly, I think that Cruz is going to fight Tank next. I think he's the one with the golden ticket in his hand. Unfortunately, I don't think the Ryan fights happens. And the fact that Michelle Rivera is fighting October 15th, unless he gets a first round knockout, you can't just take fights back to back like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't, something interesting happened today. I don't know if you saw it. So Ryan Garcia, posted that video, and I guess,
yeah, he got his chain snatched or some shit like that.
Well, yeah, whatever. Benson tweeted, and then Tank responded. He retweeted it, but then he deleted the tweet. Did you see that or no?
I didn't, but he stayed doing that tweeting.
I know, but it was interesting what he said in the deleted tweet, right? He retweeted it, and he was like, he said something like, "Oh, Al told me to chill and let him be because we don't want him to pull out of the fight. Because he was like, oh, I pressed him and he went running to his lawyer. So Al told me to just chill because Al got scared that he was going to pull out the fight." And then he deleted the tweet. So he's like, all right, so does that mean they had something going on like that we don't know about? You know what I'm saying? So he deleted the tweet, but maybe he slipped and maybe they do have the fight signed.
Hey, listen, again, if that fight happens, I'm happy because then that means, boxing is getting fights we want. And, Ryan versus Tank is definitely a fight we want. Hold on. I only because you mentioned De Los Santos' name is buzzing. My man Raph says, I want to see Santos again already. And then Villito Ramirez, Raf, I agree. I want to see Edwin De Los Santos again. This guy is a beast. And bro, my mentions be like, yo, De Los Santos, De Los Santos, De Los Santos. I'm like,
People want to
man.
see him again, man. And I feel like, you know, it was a 3-round fight. He got dude up out of there. He didn't even break a sweat. So if I'm his manager, I want to fucking get him in there in December. What I'm saying, keep his name buzzing, put him in there. I don't care if it's a stay busy fight. Just put him in there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna get, you know, the fan base is gonna become familiar with him, and they're gonna like what they see. So put him in there in December, and somebody's on the card, wherever.
Nah, listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. He didn't take much punishment. Yeah, he got dropped, but I like he wasn't fucking like rattled to the point where I feel like he can't fight in December. It was a quick 3rd round stoppage. Yeah, he got dropped, but again, it wasn't like a vicious shot. It was kind of like he got hit and you know he kind of got thrown off balance and fell.
Yeah, those shots on the top of the ears could do that to you. So I think he's fine.
I don't see why he can't fight in December. You're right, and I want them to keep him active, man. I want him to fight in December, then in February, then in fucking April. I like this dude. Like he really made an impression on me that night.
And I think that's something that they've done a good job with Cruz, right? He's been active after the Tank fight. He's been very active. He's been knocking dudes out. So I think that keeps his name out there, and that's why people are showing him a lot of love. You know, Michelle Rivera, his last fight, after that fight, he hasn't fought in a while. And we're like, dude, like, what the fuck is going on? You get what I'm saying? So, you know, these guys got to be more active. You know, Michelle Rivera, he fights now in October. You know, let's say he gets dude out of there in the 1st round. Look, man, you've been training for a long time. You haven't been fighting that many times this year. Try to see if you could get in there again in December or whatever.
Did you see when he hopped on?
Who?
Michelle Rivera.
No, I missed it because I was doing something and I missed it. Yeah, I didn't know he jumped on.
Yeah, no, I was talking and then he wrote something in the chat. I was like, oh shit, Michelle Rivera, click that link. And he clicked the link and he hopped on with me.
Oh, I didn't know. I got to go back and watch it. Did you tell him he got to go on Twitter and talk that shit?
I didn't, you know, because again, it just happened. It happened kind of impromptu. I usually write my notes and shit like that. I had no notes, so I just kind of was talking off the cuff with him. But now he told me that he wants to fight in December. He's like, yo, bro, I've been in training camp for a while. They kept changing dates on me. He goes, I want to fight in December. He goes, you know, but obviously all that depends if he doesn't get a cut or, you know, it depends.
Yeah.
But he agrees with you. He wants to be more. He said that the plan this year was to fight 3 times, but due to a bunch of circumstances, he ended up only fighting twice. Well, about to fight twice.
Sorry, my daughter ran into the room.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna jump off. I'm probably gonna jump off. No, but I'm gonna go back. You know what it was? I was doing something and I wasn't able to. I watched the entire Hendri Cedeño interview on delayed, and then I fast forward to the live to jump on. But what I'll do is I'll go back and watch it. But yeah, man, you got to tell him, because you know what it is, man. I feel like for example, like Keyshawn Davis, right? He said some things, whatever. But like, listen, we were in the spaces talking about him. You get what I'm saying? So if you're on Twitter, if you're interacting with the fan base, you're interacting with people, your name is out there. So I'm not saying go out there and, you know, just be yourself, but at least you're interacting with the fan base. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But before you go, I want to ask you. Somebody's asking me a question, but I want to ask it with you. I want to see Edwin De Los Santos against Frank Martin or Michelle Rivera against Frank Martin. What do you think, Broadway? So first, let me answer, and then I want to pass it over to you. Well, that's a good fight. Frank Martin is somebody who has a lot of push because he signed to what's his name, Errol Spence and all that. And as of right now, he's not a huge name, but he has a little bit of buzz to him. If De Los Santos or Michelle Rivera could get that fight, more De Los Santos than Michelle. I want Michelle Rivera in a big fight. I want Michelle Rivera in a fight with Tank, in a fight with Rolly, in a fight with Cruz. I want him in a fight like that. But so as far as the options you give me, I would rather see De Los Santos in with him. Well, so I'll throw it over to you, Ari. Answer that question, then I'll let you go.
Yeah, I think honestly, from what I've seen from Frank Martin and what I've seen from Michelle Rivera, I think Michelle Rivera beats him. I think Frank Martin will be not a step back in competition, but it's going backwards in terms of like instead of in profile wise. I'm not saying I'm saying profile wise. I think it'll be a step back. So I think, but I think Michelle wins that fight. And then versus De Los Santos, I like that fight. You know what I'm saying? They both got power. They both got speed. I like what I saw in De Los Santos, man. That kid could fight. And the only thing, for example, obviously not the Valenzuela fight, and not his previous fight, but the one fight that he lost, you know, I feel like he said it. He probably didn't have the proper training. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't do proper training. But I think that I like that fight. And I put my money on De Los Santos on that fight too. Because that kid could fight. Even he got hands, right? He's a heavy hitter, but he can also fight. He's a very good boxer as well.
He got good footwork, and again he could punch, and he hits like a fucking Mack truck. That's what everybody was telling me, and he proved it to me in that Jose Valenzuela fight. You could
tell he got heavy hands, and he could crack, man. That kid can fight. That kid can fight
for sure. But all right, I'm about to end it, but I appreciate you hopping on, man, as always. And definitely go check out that Michelle Rivera interview. It's a little bit before.
No, I'm definitely going to check it out. But thank you so much for your time, man. And we'll talk soon.
Yeah, anytime. But all right, guys, that's the end of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I had a lot of fun with 2 interviews. My man Ari from Twitter hopping on, giving me a good conversation. If you haven't subscribed by yet, come on, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Do me the favor. And another thing, before I go, last thing, again, you already hit the subscribe button. You already hit the like button. Go over to Instagram and follow my man, Hendri Cedeño Martinez. That's HENDRICEDENO Go follow him on Instagram. It's free to do. If you guys are a fan of Dominican boxing, he's a Dominican boxer. He's 7-0. He was on Broadway Joel channel. Broadway Joel gave him that stamp of approval. Go follow him, man. But all right, guys. Till next time. Peace.